Now I'm going to show you how to turn our ordinary plain lid into this one with the grass paper on top. I'm so excited about this because it really is fun to have the flower sticking inside grass. And we used Prima's new line of handmade paper. That's actually what they call it. I can't help but call it grass paper or something, but it comes with 3 sheets and it also comes with 3 hand-cut flowers. So in this bunch, which is what we used, there's green and there's like a natural color. It's kind of hard for you to see because it's in between, and blue. There is also packaged with this really bright, like orangey yellow color with a red and then a bright pink. This one comes with a lighter pink and another natural color and some white. And then this one is all white. For this project, I'm going to be using the green grassy handmade paper. And I'm going to grab the inside of the lid for a template. And all you do is just place it wherever you want on the paper. And I'm just going to use a highlighter. It actually worked really well. And it doesn't matter if it shows up on the paper, which you need it to, but because you're just going to be cutting it right out and it's not even going to show once it's inside the lid. So just draw your circle on there and cut it out. The stuff is pretty delicate, but if you can find some cool ways to incorporate this stuff in your projects, it can really have a neat effect because it is just so different. And again, it really doesn't matter if your circle is perfect because it is going to be covered up. So inside the mason jar lid, there's like a lip inside here, and you're just going to fill that up with the glue. So this grass paper worked really well. And I almost just fill the inside of that lip. You can fill it as you go around. Get a good amount on there. And then put your grass paper inside. And we still want to use the metal lid. So I'm going to place the lid inside to where you can still see the name showing through a little bit, and the seal needs to make sure you have the seal on the outside, and then just place some glue. For this flower, we actually created a little support system in here because it was a little heavy, and we used regular chipboard, just cut it into little squares and then used a crop-it-out to punch the hole, and then glued it with some hot glue onto the inside. So it really gives it an extra support because this lead is so thin, it just doesn't have enough to hold this heavy flower. So now we already have our support on there. I'm going to be sticking the dowel through, and we may use the smallest setting on the support of the chipboard just to make sure that it would hold it really well. So just a note there, on the lid we use the biggest setting, but on the support we use the smallest. And so you actually kind of have to work it through just a little bit and then push. You want to hold the chipboard down while you're pushing it through so that it doesn't create any friction and cause it to come off. So push it through, and depending on how tall you want your flower, you might go ahead and measure it up against some of the other ones. And I think this is about the height I want mine to come out, but now you really don't need all this stick coming out. So I'm going to use my tough Tim Holtz scissors and just cut it off. Oh! And now you have your stick coming out. Now to apply our leaves, I'm going to be using the Terrifically Tacky tape, which works great. I will say just a few things before I get started, that there are some knockoffs. I haven't used them, so I'm not saying that they don't work, but I will say I have used this and the name stands true. Terrifically Tacky tape works great. The tacky tape comes in 4 different sizes. It comes in 1/8, it comes in 1/4, it comes in 1/2 inch, and it comes in 1 1/16. So basically whatever project you're making is going to determine which size you need, obviously. But it does come in this new packaging, which is a lot easier to find, so that might help you out. But for this project, I'm going to be using the 1/4 inch tacky tape. And you're just going to want to peel it back and get about, I'd say 1.5 to 2 inches. Cut it off. It's already going to be sticky on the one side. You're just going to place it onto your dowel. Get it on there good. And then wrap it around to where it's actually the same shape as the dowel. You're going to want to peel off the red. So it's actually clear, which is nice because I was worried about being able to see the red. Peel off the red backing. And this way you have extra tacky on both sides, so it will stick to the dowel and it's going to stick to the leaves.